Now at 10, more snow in our mountains means more danger of possibly deadly avalanches. What experts want you to know before you hit the slopes. Plus, a new business moves into Salt Lake City's ballpark neighborhood. We'll take you to Fit to Recover, a gym designed to help members kick addiction. And after an epic 15-round fight, Representative Kevin McCarthy finally gets enough votes to become the new Speaker of the House. How Congress is reacting.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Rick Aaron. Thank you for joining us for this slightly early edition of ABC4 News. Now, despite some sunny conditions today, there were a lot of wrecks out on the roadways this morning. The UHP says that is because of slick, slippery conditions out there having to do with rain and even some ice on the interstates. The UHP responding to a number of crashes throughout northern Utah today because of those icy conditions. They're reminding drivers to be aware of the patrol vehicles on the shoulder of roads because troopers are always at risk of getting hit while helping out at those crash scenes. Other tips for slick conditions include slowing down before pulling over, not braking suddenly near other cars, and moving over only if it is clear and safe to do so. Well, ABC4's Jared Jatanini joins us live now from the mouth of Big Cottonwood Canyon, where the talk up there is about the danger of avalanches with all of this new snow in the mountain. Jared, what is the Utah Avalanche Center saying?
Well, Rick, Utah Avalanche Center is saying that our snowpack right now is still settling in, but tonight there was no risk as skiers are heading up to Brighton for some night ski because obviously resorts do some mitigation work, but running into some unsettled snow is still top of mind.
It's kind of fun at night, different atmosphere.
Jake Cowden says he sticks to the resorts because Utah's backcountry is too unpredictable for his skill level. And the Utah Avalanche Center says that's exactly what Cowden should do.
Anybody who's headed out into the backcountry, definitely be armed with the latest avalanche forecast for the zone you plan to travel in.
Right now, across the state, mountain ranges are at a considerable avalanche risk.
And some of our rural regions, like the western Uintas, Logan area mountains, the Manti skyline, snowpack there is just a little bit sketchier, and we just loaded it up with a big New Year's storm. And as such, human-triggered avalanches are still likely.
According to the Utah Avalanche Center, since the beginning of 2023, there have been 62 avalanches, 6 of those happening yesterday alone. A majority of those avalanches have been human-caused.
Exercising a little patience right now, pumping the brakes just a little bit. Eventually, with some more storms coming, nice thick insulating blankets of snow, we're going to start to round the corner and things are going to be good to go. Right now, though, just need to tone our stoke meter down just a little bit.
The Utah Avalanche Center and Cowden say it's always best to be weather aware and to not only wear your goggles and helmet, but to have a shovel, beacon, and probe for backcountry skiing.
I like the thrill of it. Like, you know, you could hit a tree at any time, or, you know, if you get going pretty fast, that sound it makes in your helmet. So it's like the adrenaline a little bit.
Yeah, the Utah Avalanche Center says that after this next storm system moves through, our avalanche danger could downgrade to moderate, but there's really no telling until after that next storm hits. Live, Jared Jatanini, ABC4 News.
Thank you very much, Jared. Time now to check in with ABC4 meteorologist Nate Larson. Warmer temperatures today and some clearing skies, but we've got more snow on the way, right?
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Rick, nice break from some of the active weather we've seen, but we do have a weak system moving in for Sunday. So let's kind of show you what we're expecting out there. Beautiful shot. Speaking of the gorgeous weather that we had across the Beehive State today, lots of folks out enjoying it. We had lots of weather photos sent in. Love this one. Again, Chris Williams capturing the image above Bear Lake. You can still see the lake glistening, the reflection of the mountains behind the east side of the lake there. Lake's not frozen over. It's sitting at 33.7 degrees. Boy, frigid cold. It seems like it doesn't get much warmer than that in the summertime, but of course it does. Very cold temperatures, not quite frozen, but there has been ice on some of the shores and things where it's a lot more shallow. Southwest flow in place currently. We're seeing some of the clouds increase across the Beehive State. Mentioned a weak system. There's a weak shortwave just embedded within the southwest flow that's going to move into the area tomorrow. It'll bring a quick chance of some spotty showers, some rain across the Wasatch Front. Mountain areas will get a quick burst of some light snow showers as well. That's about 11 o'clock. By the early afternoon, just a few lingering showers. Models continue to show central Utah could get another swath of moisture into Sunday late evening. And then more southwest flow continuing will bring another storm system in, this one Monday into Tuesday, with another reinforcing storm into Wednesday. So plan on more active weather to kick off the new work week. Tonight's forecast just 29 in Salt Lake, about 35 in St. George. A little milder than normal in St. George, but again, plan on cloudy skies and a bit breezy down south as well. Rick?
All right, thank you, Nate. In downtown Salt Lake City, a TRAX train struck a pedestrian tonight, causing some major delays on all TRAX lines. Now, details are limited at this point, but the Utah Transit Authority says they will continue to operate a bus bridge between the Gallivan Center stop and Temple Square. No word yet on the condition of that person who was hit. We will continue to update you on the latest on this story here on air and online at abc4news.com. Well, the Utah Air National Guard revealed their annual Airmen of the Year during an awards banquet today. That banquet recognized 11 airmen for their contributions over the past year. The award program is designed to recognize Guard members who display superior leadership, job performance, and personal achievement over the past year. As part of their ceremony, there was a special space set aside for two of their fallen comrades.
We honor the POWs and MIAs that couldn't be with us tonight. Unfortunately, we lost two of our airmen this year to different tragedies, and we're honoring them with a table of remembrance.
The Guard also recognized airmen in a number of other categories, including Civilian of the Year, Honor Guard Member of the Year, Airman of the Year, and many others. Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall joined other community leaders today for a ribbon-cutting ceremony at a new workout facility for recovering addicts. It's called Fit to Recover, and it provides a safe place for people in recovery from substance use disorders to connect with each other through fitness, nutrition, creative arts, and community service. Their new location is at 1335 South Major Street in the Ballpark neighborhood.
A wide range of fitness classes, not just intense burpee-driven, high-intensity classes like today, but also classes geared specifically towards women, people in the LGBTQ community, and also classes just geared towards supporting nutrition.
Fit to Recover started 10 years ago and has since expanded to include a location in Orem, and now they add this new Salt Lake facility, which they expect to host about 450 clients each week. Elsewhere, a somber ceremony in Salt Lake City today commemorated the third anniversary of the crash of Ukrainian Airlines Flight 752. That plane, which was flying from Tehran to Kyiv, was shot down by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard shortly after takeoff, killing all 176 passengers and crew members aboard. The missile strike created a heightened tension between Iran and the United States. Organizers of today's event say they are still hoping for justice.
It's 3 years and no justice for those people. Nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been resigned. Nothing happened. And the families are still fighting for justice for their family members.
Today's event was one of hundreds held around the world. Many attending say they not only want those responsible for the attack held accountable, they're also seeking freedom and justice for current residents of Iran. Well, Prince Harry continues to deal with the uproar over his bombshell memoir after copies of Spare accidentally went on sale overseas. The book now drawing anger from some members of the military who served with the prince. ABC's Lama Hassan has more from Buckingham Palace.
More fallout from Prince Harry's memoir Spare, with new backlash coming from UK military figures. Accounts published in UK newspapers revealing the prince wrote about his 2 deployments to Afghanistan and the number of people he claims to have killed. According to Sky News, Harry writing, "I could always tell exactly how many enemy combatants I had killed. It seemed essential for me not to be afraid of that figure. So my number, 25. A former British commander in Afghanistan commenting on Friday.
He characterised the British Army basically as having trained him and other soldiers to see his enemy as less than human, just as chess pieces on a board to be swiped off, which is not the case.
Senior British military leader Colonel Tim Collins telling Forces News Harry has now turned against the other family, the military that once embraced him, condemning the book as a tragic money-making scam.
I think that might be quite difficult for Harry, because he is someone who took his position within the military, both in active service and his honorary positions, very, very seriously, and was very proud of his affiliations with the military. And so I think that reaction there will probably hurt.
The British press rushing out new revelations that have been translated from Harry's book after it was mistakenly put on sale early in Spain. Among the most talked about tidbits reported by British media, how he lost his virginity in a field behind a pub, drug use during his youth, and his reported pleas to his father not to marry Camilla Parker Bowles. The BBC reporting that Harry joked with his grandmother, the Queen, in their last conversation, saying, "We also spoke about the devastating drought. Meg and I were staying at Frogmore and the lawn was in a really bad state. It's like my head, Granny, full of bald spots and brown patches." She burst out laughing. I told her to take care of herself and that I hoped we'd see each other soon. Harry saying he learned of the Queen's death on the BBC News, not from his family. I looked at the BBC website. My grandmother had died. My father was king, writes Prince Harry. I put on my black tie, got out of the plane under heavy rain and raced up to Balmoral in a borrowed car. Still no comment from either Kensington or Buckingham Palace.
It's almost impossible to see how any member of the royal family can sit down and be open and have a frank conversation with Prince Harry, now that he has completely violated that trust that they had over so many years, that private exchanges would not be made public.
And this morning, both Buckingham and Kensington Palaces are still staying silent, sticking to their motto, never complain, never explain. But with the book officially out on Tuesday, the question is, will they have to say something? Lama Hassan, ABC News, outside Buckingham Palace.
All right, coming up, we've got a beautiful shot of Deer Valley this evening. Some clouds out there. No fresh snow today, but we do have more in the forecast. I'll break down timing when we expect to see more of that mountain snow pileup. Details after the break.